boy, 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 oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Friday. Friday, Friday, Friday. All right. What is up, everyone? This is Coffee with Soul. I am your host. And we're going to chat. We're going to talk. We are not doing visits today. Bye. While we're not doing visits today, I was kind of, I think y'all might have heard me thinking out loud what it is I wanted to do for the weekend. And instead of a weekly where I mostly talk about lore or pretend that I know what I'm talking about with lore and just kind of inviting all sorts of, oh my god, so you don't know what you're talking about, I'm just going to kind of write that off as, okay, cool, people are going to feel what they're going to feel, and I'm going to do something else instead. So today, what I want to do is put together a tier list of all the things that I've been listening to, the things that people want in housing, and we're going to prioritize it, and that way the team will know exactly what it is we want, and they just need to do that word for word, and everything will be fine. It won't be, but we're going to make the attempt for fun. That's it. So this is the kind of thing that we're definitely not going to take all that seriously. We're just going to put together some cool stuff. But also, it'll give us a chance to go over the talking points of each of these things that we want. So I'm very much encouraging chat to really get in on this and kind of chime in, give their thoughts, add to the list of demands, because surely I have missed things, although I was doing a lot of kind of listening, and even I just straight up ask socials, hey, what do you want from housing? And then people just went, they just went with their list, and I was jotting everything down. And so now here I am with the stuff. You want a $5 billion? Okay, I will add that to the lists. $5 billion dollars. DOLARZ. And then, cue the Austin Power thing. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, so there we go. $5 billion, with the pinky. $5 billion. Big zoom. Yeah, so you gotta have that. Gotta be very much in character. Let me say hi to folks real quick. What is up to Falcor? Thank you very much. Happy to have you as always. What's up to Arumas and Ravens and Valeri and Annie and Savitar and Sonata and Arcadius and Cenobite. Hello to Malvenue and Boomer and Stormclaws and Hex Raven. Hi to Sexy Sarah and Xantor and Meng Xuan. Hope everyone's doing well. Hi Elrith here. Hey, long time no see. Awesome transmog stuff as always. Hope you're doing well, dude. I think we're between glass panes and moving water effects not attached to. Yeah, so we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about this stuff. Sorry, I'm going to take the $5 billion off the list. It's a non-serious list, but it's going to be, it's going to be that serious. It's going to be plausible things. Although I too would very much be up for $5 billion. So, all right. Hello, Dragon. They need to allow the renamed pets to show in the houses and allow cats to sit and work there too. So I'm recording now, and I'm just gonna kind of cut this and turn it into content. So, thanks guys for becoming fellow content. I think that's a worthwhile talking point. Yeah, that'd be a really cool thing. I like mini games, like you'll come to your home. Yeah, so I mean, look at the list right now. Let me know what you think. And then I'll kind of I kind of want to get some palatable stuff as I am going to turn this into content. So what's up, everyone? This is Soul with another video, and today I am here with Shat. You know, kind of a soft CH there. I'm here with Shat. We're gonna talk about the things we want from housing, which is like a, you know, just a massive list. There is no shortage of things that we want in player housing in the future, or yesterday, or from the very beginning, right? And so what I wanted to do is to just have this kind of like big open discussion about the things that we want, but also prioritize it into a tier list for fun and content. But I think it'd be, you know, mostly a fun thing. So let's not take all this like too seriously. You know, this will just kind of give us like a you know, kind of a feel of what it is that people might want most. And of course, I'm going to put my thumb on the scale too, because there are things that I want. And I'm piling this thing, and you know, so we'll see how this goes, and it will be fun for me at least. Please like the video, subscribe for more stuff. Catch me where I'm live, and we are live right now. We're with chats. Say hi, and we'll kind of get to things, and very casually. And of course I'm gonna cut this thing very heavily, so hopefully it's not like a 3-hour video. So I guess first thing that I'll need your help with, chat, again, take a look at the list. If there's anything missing, chime in. Cool. Let's focus a little bit on like high level stuff. Like someone was making a request about pets, like, hey, I want to be able to rename the pets and all that stuff. I guess, like I said, it's a good talking point. But I don't know where exactly that would sit on the list. You know what I mean? Because then we're getting a little specific. But I know what you're talking about. But, I get what you're talking about. Hey, Mouse. Hope you're doing well. So, ability to... Okay, so refund the core. That's something that I was kind of thinking and talking about for a while. Okay, maybe I was just thinking about it out loud to myself. Because one thing that comes to mind, that has come to mind is, gosh, Blizz, this storage really sucks. How there's limited storage on how much decor we can have on our account. And so one thought was, yo, can I just refund stuff? Just kind of put it back, right? If I know I'm not gonna use it, can I just like get some of my currencies or whatever back? That feels like kind of a fair thing. But then I wondered to myself too, then we would kind of use that as like, it would be a weird kind of pseudo storage that we would have then. And I wonder like what sorts of weird things might we do with that? I'm not sure, but it's a thought that just kind of that kind of comes to mind. So cageable decor. Well, the thing is, that's going to then take up like a slot somewhere else. So it's like, it's going to go somewhere, right? And it's like, if I have 1,000 filigree lights, which I did at one point before I deleted most of it, am I going to, do I want to, basically use a character and have their entire personal bank just store those lights? I mean, if I want to, yeah, maybe I should have that ability, but that feels very inelegant. And I know some people do stuff like that. They'll like have things, but they won't add it to their storage, under the premise that, oh, maybe I'll use it later. But then that encourages like this really hoarding, this really strong hoarder mentality, and it feels like it'll get really cumbersome. But I think we should introduce the thought of that. Give us a vendor in our houses where we can sell crafted decor to our friends, even if we're offline. Wait, I put in a suggestion the other day to give us a vendor in our houses where we can sell crafted decor to our friends. Just to your friends. I mean, that's also the auction house too, right? Also to make the crafting station decor items to work like so you want profession tables? Yeah, profession tables are in there. I already have 2 character banks full of decor. Yeah, so to me that's odd to have to use characters for that kind of storage, especially if it's just for like one kind of storage. Profession folk, they already do things like this. We've been doing things like this. Oh, here's my guild bank just full of like, you know, an assortment of like consumables or ingredients and things like that. And now we're just kind of moving up to like decor. But then it feels really lame to have decor take up one whole slot. So stackable decor? Let me just say that. Just for fun. Just to introduce that vibe. I only need one thing: huge interior rooms. Perfect option would be real sky and empty space, but a bigger skybox room would be great too. I remember like before they talked about skybox rooms, I remember I was like, yo, can we just like, instead of walls, can we just change the walls to like empty space? So it's like, you know, the walls become invisible. We can kind of go out, we can like look outside, and then there's like a whole skybox. And then they came up with this idea, which is, you know, which works. All right. A bigger skybox room. I guess that would be the easier way to do it. Problem is, like, oh man, they're huge already. And it would be up to us. We would challenge ourselves to build around it, you know? And then we just got to do it. That's all. Ability to stack rooms with no floors to make octagon-shaped stairwell. Oh, so basically more stairwell. More stairwell rooms, right? Okay. Cool. Like a visitor log. I think they talked about that, but I'll just put it in there. Neighborhood bulletin board is enabled to invite. Dude, freaking give me actual housing management tools. Like the tools just aren't there. They just don't have any. It's lame. You're saying they're tiny? Let's see. Make breast? Did I typo something in there? I don't know if I did. Okay. Ability to change the ground and skywall rooms. More options than green grass. I'm gonna say very generally, which will make it bump up really high in the list. More customized. No, how should I say this? Like, basically, I want to be able to encompass like a lot of those kinds of requests where it's like, oh yeah, I want to be able to use customized mode to have like way more walls and way more floors. And actually, no, I'll just stick to the skybox floor. Now, I wonder too, I have a feeling that some of the pushback with that is going to come from, okay, these are artisanal rooms, right? And because of the artisanal room, like the chances are pretty good that those floors and the walls and whatnot, like hopefully people have seen some of these. I have a feeling that those will offer almost no customization. I wouldn't be surprised. So also Ian said that we'd be able to, yeah, mass select that. Did I have that in there? Something select. Okay, I do have mass select in there. Do you know if the artisan rooms will be room styles or customization? I have looked at limited data mining. It looks like no, but don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. Maybe able to attach another way in or out of a skybox. Oh, I would love that, dude. Oh, give me that. Let's see, skybox as more skybox options. That's gonna really elevate this thing, because now I'm just like covering a whole bunch of different things at once, but that's okay. That's okay. If it's gonna bump it higher, so be it. Dyeable walls, ceilings, and floors. So like individual stuff. I mean, that's a, yeah, we'll put that in. Dyeable walls. I mean, we already, oh, so you just want like a solid color for the floor. So on top of the textured stuff, it's like, yo, just give us dye options for those as well. If I recall, when you customize a wall, it does the whole ass wall, right? Yeah, I think it does the whole wall. And walls are technically not decor. Because I'm trying to think of things that they can like just do. And having the customize options, that's faster to do than to use like the entire dye palette. Because then you gotta like do all, they'd have to basically turn walls into decor, and that could be weird. So curved beams. Oh, like arches and stuff. Oh, dude, let's go with that. Curved beams. Dyeable placeable walls. Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me. And maybe that's what they meant in the first place, and it just kind of went, boo! Totally over my head. Curved banisters. That would be tough. Okay, it's not tough, but like, this is a personal critique of mine. Like having the spiral staircase, that's cool, but boy, it's limited because it's just that sort of angle. And so if we wanted like the banisters, it would be that sort of shape as well. So we would be wouldn't we be limited to just the kind of curved banister that matches the current, or not current, the upcoming stairwell thing? Yeah. We can already change wall ceilings and floors. This is me kind of nerding out, Annie. Like, because if we can, we can change the wall ceilings and floors, but in order to make it dyeable, you would have to have this new option. They would have to engineer some stuff where they would turn it into kind of like decor. And I'm talking about the full walls. As for the individual pieces, I think that's different. I think that might be, I think that would be doable, but they would also need to remake the walls. They'd have to like rebuild them basically, because right now the walls that we have, they're not meant to be dyed. If they want us to have walls that can be dyed, then they would need to change. There's a non-zero chance that if we wanted like these dyeable walls, that the texturing and everything, that would also change, if that makes sense. So here, let me actually go to a place. That'd be a smart idea, huh, buddy? That would be smart. So like the existing so it would be kind of like remade in the style that looks like a lot of the dyeable things that we have right now. So if that results in aesthetically them changing, non-zero chance that might happen, people might be hella mad. I mean, of course, it's like, hey, cool, we get these customization options right now, so implementing it sooner would be better, probably. But that would probably rattle a lot of folks who are like, yo, dude, I want to be able to just like have this, I want to be able to take this and then like change the options on this wall and like turn it, have this be this, have this be whatever. But if it results in like the wall changing, then that might set people off. Oh, no. Did I put it on the list, right? Yeah, that was walls. Yeah. Now, where will it go on the list? Because that's what because the question here is not, oh, should it be on the list? It's going to be, how high will it be? Yeah, so sorry if I'm coming off as gatekeeping. No, it's going to go on there. It's just like, okay, where's it really going to go? Fly inside while building. I think I said no clip. Yeah, no clip is there. That's fine. Wish they had rooms between small and medium. Smallium. Do direct decor suggestions go on the list? They probably won't go. I have a feeling that if we put really specific stuff in there, they might not go all that high. I mean, we'll see how things land. So, I'd love to have more banner decor. So more. Is that too specific? I mean, it's fine. So yeah, more banners. I mean, that's kind of like saying, hey, we need more everything. But it's just a question of when. Ability buy decor and have it delivered. I think I have something menu. Let's see. Okay, I have buy once and infinite. I guess I'll put that in anyway. So buy via menu. Like the shop. Hey, I'm just kidding. Ladders. Cool. It's a core dash. I like that. Elevators. Oh, movable stuff like that. Moving platforms. Oh, jumping puzzles. Oh, that's crazy. I'll just say elevators. I want the other side of the curtain. We have the right curtain, but I want the left one. Oh, dude. Reverse doors. Pet peeve of mine, man. All right, guys, let's go through the store. Yeah, you know, I'm like, or I'll see like one of them upside down. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. Yes. So, a thinner door. How would I do that one? Can I just say thinner door? I think they hinted at it back to the housing bidder with the peons delivering toward. Oh, I don't think I really picked up on that. Diable glass panes. Oh, yeah. Dude, just straight up more windows. Like, I want way more window options. How about reversible decor where you can just rotate? Oh, just reversible everything. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. Damn, I wonder on the technical side, how would that look? Would they have to like straight up make another? Oh, that would suck on their part. If it's essentially okay, we pretty much need to make a second decor for that. Oh, that would suck. Oh well. We want glass with no frame. What was my comment on that one? That one's tough. Like, one thing that Blizzard... so one thing that decor does... or I'm sorry, one consistent thing about decor is that it's always a thing. It's not ever just like this somewhat intangible thing. Now, just having a glass... Here, let's just have this. Glass tiles. I'll say that. Quotes. Glass tiles. You know, people want water tiles, and I have big doubts that's ever going to happen. Yeah, water. Okay, so I have water. Because they're going to want water in a container of some sort. You know, they don't want... they want decor, not brushes, basically. Of course, we use decor as brushes, but I think they want to like stick to the idea of like every bit of decor is an actual standalone thing. Riff had glass with no frames to make the windows on frames. Oh, I get it, but I'm just you know, it just sounds like that's the approach of how they're looking at decor. Like it's always got to be a thing. Let us remove walls. Oh. Remove walls. I guess that communicates it most easily. What about doorways in other places than just the middle of the walls? I think remove walls kind of covers that, because you would just remove the walls and then you would just place walls. Then you would place other walls and doorways to whatever you like. So that part seems cool. The glassing is mostly to have a transparent decor for blocking areas, but having them visible. Well, we already have that. We have that in the form of the privacy screen. I'd like I would. I want a cheaper one though. I wouldn't mind having one that costs like, you know, less. And we'll see like if they ever like add more to that. But you have to hide the screen. Yeah, you have to hide the screen and everything. Because again, at least the way that it looks right now, that seems to be one of those things that is really unlikely to change. But I guess I'll put it in. And I don't know how to phrase it though, because we're basically asking for them to not make decor anymore. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want a thing that's just an invisible platform. I want a thing that has just an effect. I just want fire. Just fire, you know? I mean, yeah, we have a big lava ball. There's that. Walls need to be adjusted so they can be stacked on an empty stairwell room. Walls need to be adjusted so they can be stacked on an empty stairwell room and match the outer walls. The spaces. Wait. More lights. Way more lights. I think we're getting more lights. I don't think. I mean, it's a constant demand. What I mean, if they gave us something smaller that can be more easily placed. Yeah, but that was That's why I was saying earlier. I was like, can I just get like a cheaper version of the privacy screen? But concerned about how many furnishings don't have textures on the bottom or bad. Oh yeah. That feels like more of a bug fix. So I'm gonna say like just complete mapping. No. And I'm not going to class this as just fix all the bugs. But no, you're right. I remember when the illicit table first came out, I was like, yeah, that table's cool. And then I looked under it, I'm like, oh, that's awkward. I think they added a bottom to it recently. But yeah, I think there's a lot of passing that needs to be done there. But basically, no more... I don't know how to word that. Also, there are a good number of items that have holes on them. But yeah, the Niffen one is like the most offensive one. That's easily like something that's easy to remember. More styles of walls. More styles of walls would be nice. I think I have racial housing here, right? That's more racial. I guess I'll just say in general. That one's gonna be like at the top easily. Still want derivative decor. Oh, what did I call it yesterday? We talked about this. I called it reverse kit bashing or something like that. I always wish they would put decor on the monthly traveler's log. Oh, dude. So trading posts decor. Is that what we're basically asking for? Like, sure, why not? Anything on that subject, you know, on how to earn decor from like rewards and whatnot. Notice no one is asking for, yo, I think Mythic Plus should give decor too. Or, you know, like, if I get a 3,400 score, like, give me a thing. No one's asking for that. I mean, I don't want it, but I often joke, I'm like, oh man, you know, it would ruin me if they offered like some really cool transmog in like keys or decor or decor from keys and stuff. I mean, it would get me to do it, but oh boy. I guess it would depend on what it is too. If it's not great, then I'm like, okay, I can live with it. If it's just a banner, I can live without that. It's all right. Mythic Plus already drops the core. Oh, does it? Wait, like what? I don't recall a thing. Yeah. No on the trading post. I mean, if it's down on the list, then it's down on the list. From the dungeon itself, dude, I do follower dungeons. I don't think that's a no. I'm talking about like like what we have now. Oh, like all right, cool. You know, you get this thing during the season, then you get like this banner or something like that. Yeah. So I'm talking about Mythic Plus. I'm not talking about dungeons. Dungeon, you know, the core already drops from dungeons. No, I'm talking specifically about Mythic Plus. So, I mean, like, dungeons are the superior way. I'm sorry, follower dungeons is the superior way of doing it anyway. I mean, it kind of sucks that you gotta, like, deal with the followers and stuff, but, you know, there's no one there to compete with you for the decor. So... Alright, reverse kit bash items, yes. The core. Some flex decor would help, but displaying mounts and transmog would solve it. I'll get a decor from Mythic Plus rating or something like that. Yeah, just a little rinky-dink trophy or something like that. You know, like how we have the hey, you did the raid, here's a statue. But then you do the, you know, heroic, mythic, whatever, then you get a different color. You know, so that's kind of what we get these days when it comes to things that are like season exclusives and stuff. They're just recolors. They're not like these giga unique models these days. We've kind of gone away from that. Character portraits. Portraits, pictures. UGC pictures. I'll just say that. You know, a screenshot of our raid, you know, after like a boss kill or something like that. Or I think the easiest one, the most plausible one maybe would be like our current character, and then it's going to be like this kind of pre-rendered shot, but it's going to have like our transmog and all that stuff being worn. That could be cool. That could be cool. I can see all sorts of things happening from that. It's like, yo, I'm going to kit bash sex moves, baby. Check out these screenshots, baby. And then you just have this whole wall of gooning. All sorts of scenes. Oh boy. Oh boy. I remember talking with devs about you know what, like I talked about them about the QR code. I'm like, yo, someone's gonna make a QR code, and then who does it? Fucking me. And then I talked about taking certain statues or whatnot, and not statues, but taking the core and have a certain perspective shot where it's like, okay, if you angle yourself the right way, oh look, it's a big middle finger or something like that. That's gonna be great. And then they're like, dude, don't do that. And so here I am. That's exactly the kinds of things that I'm doing. So if everything could be dyed, I doubt this will happen, but dye everything. Communal neighborhood spots and plots. Let's switch gears. I want to wrap up soon and then get to like starting to add things onto the tier list. So talk about neighborhoods real quick. You know, it's a touchy subject because it's like part of neighborhoods is part of the point of neighborhoods is to get people to participate in things together. And that's always a challenge, because then you're kind of like forcing people to do things, and no one likes to be forced to do things if they can get away with it. You know, they want that to feel organic, and you can't really do that without eventually making it, without eventually making it feel required. Oh no, my chapstick. That's what I get for playing with it so much. Jeez, dude. So communal neighborhood spots and plots. What would that do, actually? It's hard to put on the list if I don't know if we don't know like what it's kind of talking about. I think having crafting areas in the neighborhood would make them feel more alive. Highly controversial, but I'll put it on the list. Neighborhood crafting. Oop. Let's go with that. Actually, that doesn't even make sense. Hood, profession, stations, something like that. That makes a little bit more sense. Like a guild hall would be great. I think that they already announced it. I don't know if it's coming, but I'm just going to put it on the list anyway. Because they mentioned it in an article, and like that was it. That was it. They gave us the cars. They should have a racetrack in every neighborhood. And dude, they need to add a racetrack to the planet. Oh, that'd be so good. I would need something to encourage guildies to actually visit the neighborhood. It really depends. Like, it's a really fine line. It's a really fine line between, hey, let's encourage folks to come in, and let's force them to go in. You know, let's incentivize them with crests or player power or something like that. Like, that'll get them going. You know, my thought has always been the best way to get folks to participate in housing stuff is to create activities that revolve around housing stuff, that give housing stuff, which is great for people who are already into housing. But how do you get people into housing that aren't already into it? And I don't think incentives are like a good way. I think the way to go about it is introducing accessibility. And that's why the whole thing on blueprints, like that should have been in from the start. That way, from the jump, people would be able to like, people of all skill levels will be able to get into it. As in, people with 0 skill can just download a house, and then they can be like, cool, now I have a house. So now that we're going this many months of players who don't really who haven't had that experience. More armillary stuff. Fire Festival had jet streams. You can race along for the quests, which was really nice. It'd be kind of neat to have like neighborhood level decor, if that makes any sense. So maybe that's a bad way to put it, but think of it like, I was imagining that between endeavors and the neighborhood, that there would be like more extensive stuff that would happen. Like, oh, if your neighborhood is like maxed out at whatever, then more things happen around the neighborhood that do things. That's like, hey, if it's maxed out, then you get like these additional quests, or there's these additional things to get you even more coupons and more random decor or something like that. And that'd be kind of neat. Can't see the whole list. Oh yeah, Buster. I need another. Can I do another column? Nope, that just goes down. Oh no. How do I add to the thing? Okay, I'll just make it a table. How about that? I'll make another. Let's just go with 4. Oh god, that's terrible. No, don't do that. Insert table. Okay, this is gonna be this is gonna get messy, but we can do it. We'll be fine. Actually, I don't like that. So I'll replace my walls. So this is gonna look kind of gross, but oh well. All right, best I can do. Yeah, go ahead and keep talking, keep chiming in on stuff. Cool. I like housing, just not having to be forced to interact with others in order to get things. Yeah, I know that would even set me off. I'd be like, yeah, things. Yeah, I would say like garrison level stuff. So if we wanted to make like, you know, if the neighborhood can come together and make a profession building or something like that, that'd be kind of neat. But I'm actually not a fan of profession buildings and housing, so. I also love the neighborhood portal to take me to my neighborhood, so a way to delete charter neighborhoods. Oh wait, I want the neighborhood portal to take me to, wait, I don't get it. So I want the neighborhood portal. I mean, does it not already? Yeah. I thought it depends on what your active endeavor is. So if you change your endeavor to like whatever your neighborhood is, then you know you're cool. Neighborhood portal takes all my characters. Yeah, I think you might need to change your endeavor. I thought that was a thing. Neighborhood buildings as endeavor rewards. Ooh. Yeah, then let's just go with oh, you know what, I'm gonna put this in. I know I'm kind of overriding this, but let's phrase this as add to more decor to existing endeavors. I mean, the beauty of decor is that you know, someday you might need more of what you already have. But I would like them to just add more stuff too. Like, give me a coffee cup that is not filled. Right? That sounds not so bad. What else? Did you add once we unlock the core item from legacy content, then we can purchase more from expansion currencies or gold and reasonable prices and costs? I have buy once infinite. I have that one. Kind of extreme, but I have that. So show which endeavor each neighborhood has when browsing neighborhoods. Well, add-ons solve that though, right? I think we're just looking for like native stuff. It's stuck like that. I could have swore that I was able to like go to whatever neighborhood is assigned to me as long as I change the endeavor. Do they? Yeah. So I use is it decor dump or something like that I'm using? So something endeavor, not endeavors, house finder, buddy. So you can see here, and yeah, I believe this is dump decor that I'm using. Like I can kind of sift through, like here's me, we're at 100% because we're gangster like that. And then, oh, that's my 2 neighborhoods. Oh, dude, we're so good. And then I can kind of browse through and then just look at like the neighborhoods that are obviously aren't doing this great. Oh, hey, these guys are nice. Yeah, go team. Yeah, so that's how you would do that. Now, the sucky thing about this is that there's only so many different, there's only so many neighborhoods that you can see here. I think it only cycles through like 5 sets of pages before you go back to the same ones again. But you can see stuff like that. Put in so many, yeah, I believe it's dump decor. I think. Buy one sell, never implement, but the option to use Dragon Mouse supplies or gold to buy pieces that would be a game changer for saving time. So what was the ask there? So once we unlock a decor item from legacy content, then we can purchase more instead of the legacy content stuff. Then we use gold. or something else. That I think they've been highly resistant to that. The whole one of the big points, and I remember I was preaching this before they announced Player Housing, we're like, yo, it's going to give us a reason to go back out into the world, right? And an approach like that would be like, all right, cool, we're going to go back out into the world once. And then once we got that, then it's like, all right, peace out. And then we concentrate all our efforts into gold making or whatever the current stuff is. So we're gonna spend our time like getting Marl. And then we return to those conversations of, gosh, man, look at, wow, like it's all siloed up to like the most current expansion and literally everything else is no longer relevant and yada, yada, yada. So yeah, there's that. And you know, this has clearly been making other outdoor content to just pop. People are being very begrudging about it. You know, that's not going to stop. But it is getting folks out there. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. So if we had a way to exchange our moral for old stuff, same difference, right? It would just be like, all right, cool. So I do the things that qualify me to get access to that stuff. And once I do, I'm never going to, you know, oh gosh, I'm so happy that I never have to go out into the world again or back to that legacy content ever again. I'm still playing the game, but I'm just kind of concentrated on the stuff that's, you know, this more current stuff. But I think that's clearly like not something they intend. Did I see the status comment on the neighborhood? I probably missed it. Yeah. Let me scroll up some statues. Mario Kart and WoW. Oh, that's what you meant, just statues. So, let me, how should I write this? Just neighborhood decor. Yeah, something like that. Very vague sounding, but, you know, we'll go with that. Some of the costs from old expansions are too much. They need to lower them. Well, I think that's an ongoing thing, you know. So I think that's just a question of, hey, you know, keep giving feedback on those things. I'm not knowledgeable about like what those are. So, as a new WoW player, I do a fun that I'm forced to do the most random things in old expansions, like discovering a secret fighting club and farming it for a few days just for a day. I mean, what's going to happen, you know, over the years is there's going to be so many different kinds of decor that there's going to be a lot of things that feel like really, really obscure no matter what. You know, so it's going to make the world feel alive in the sense that, hey, if we want these things, cool, we can go back and get them. But also it's going to, you know, be kind of frustrating too, because it's like, oh, there's, you know, we're going to constantly have that feeling of, oh, we got to go back out and do the thing. And hence we see some of this feedback asking for, hey, can I just buy it once and just have it forever? Or can I buy it once and then buy it with just gold or current resources and whatever? So I totally get the feedback. It totally makes sense. But I doubt they're going to do it. So some cost 800 of currency, you get about 100 from doing all the world quests in total. Yeah. So I mean, definitely for those, like, just keep giving feedback. Don't shut up about those. So, I think I'm gonna start putting this together. Yeah. So let's see if this will like work correctly actually. So I'm going to I'll move this aside here, and then we're gonna do like a batch add. All right, and so we'll take all these things, and hopefully this will work correctly. And if not, then that'll be pretty humiliating, and we'll need to figure this out. This is like the impossible list. It's gonna be like, this is like so small compared to like what everyone wants and all that. Do I have a bank in here? I don't know if I could always add more. So, blob. All right. So, there are how many tiers? There are 5 tiers: S tier, S tier, S tier, S tier, and S tier. Everything needs to be done immediately, but reasonably. Like, what do we need to bump down? We can't have everything. I'm really kind of being fast and loose on this. It's like, okay, maybe we should only have 10 things up here and whatever. I don't know, but what do we want? How do we want to place this? Because anything that we move is going to be like highly controversial no matter what. Actually, wait. I should oh shoot, I should have just moved everything down and then move them up, huh? Instead of starting up and then down. Damn. I messed that up. Curses. You know, I'll redo it. Yeah, I'll redo it. Can I like reload or something like that? And no. Can I mass select these? Oh no. Well, copy, start a poll, batch hat? No. I think I have to just kind of like redo it. Can I like, is there a start over button? No. All right, commit. So, okay, what are things that are like, nah, we can wait on this. You know, because I guess I should have like criteria, right? These are all things we want, right? Let's go with the criteria of these things should be in from the very start. It should have been a thing. And because it's not a thing now, that is hurting housing. Maybe that's decent criteria. Not a fan of trading post core, so demoted. Let's see. Good morning. Yeah, I think I want to like redo. I'm gonna just move everything down to the bottom, and then we'll promote things, right? I think that'll like do better. So I'm gonna annoy myself. Moving everything down kind of sucks. So how many things do I have here? I'm gonna be a little bit arbitrary, and I'm gonna say like let's limit 10 things per section, something like that. I'm throwing out a number here. We're making up rules as we go along. Typical child. So while y'all discuss this, I'm gonna like look at the numbers real quick, and then that will maybe help. But if anything, you know, top of the tier, 10 things. Let's just go with that. All right, so what is like the biggest thing? Where is it? Where is transmog as the core? That's like the biggest one. I know I have it on here somewhere. And that is not, that is a non-negotiable. There we go. Boom. So the criteria is, again, it should have been here from the start. The fact that it's not in from the start has hurt housing. And then we'll go with that sort of priority. I have 2 transmogs. Oh, do I? That's how important it is. So let's go that. Okay, that one goes. All right, so feel free to chime in and be like, yo, just put something at whatever. You know, just go ahead and mouth off, and then we'll start playing with things. So, group move, select copy. Try to identify where it is, because I'm like, okay, where is it? Crap. It's a lot of text. Let's see. Okay, so things that I guess, yeah, things that'll stay here. Like I guess the trading post folks are not happy with. Um, Racial exterior should be high up. Can you, when identifying stuff for me to move, it'll help me out if you just tell me, okay, which row is it, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, more towards existing endeavors. I think this one, this guy's got to be pretty high up there. Blue one, 5th row. More racial housing. Boom. That one's definitely going to be there. Thank you guys. So, windows. Windows blue? Oh, more windows. More windows. Where would more windows go, though? Pretty high up. I'll put it pretty high up because more windows is what we're getting, you know, but like, did we need it from the start? I think we survived with more windows. Oh, we survived with the windows that we have now, right? Row 7, dyeable ceilings, walls, and floors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dyeable. Crap. Did it move ever since I moved stuff around? Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, so it was dye everything. I'll put it up here for now. Jukebox is really high up there. Lighting control. Yes, that one has been like super loud. Do I have reverse? I think I have reverse decor somewhere around here. I have reverse kit bash decor. That's something else entirely. But I think I put it down. If not, then I'll add it somewhere. Get rid of everything. Make it structural items, like get rid of everything. More skyblock options near the bottom. I'm gonna put it up here for now, just on the 3rd tier. Buy via menu, 7th row. Buy via menu. I mean, it was very loud at the start, right? Not being able to get infinite stuff and having to go through the trouble of going out into the world. I mean, it's not, it doesn't belong on the bottom, that's for sure. But like, I'm just thinking of like whether they're ever gonna do it at all. Oh, don't say dyeable everything. Change that into I mean, why not? Why not everything? why are we making it less? For importing blueprints, they need buy via menu. Imagine having to go to 50 million vendors just to import your blueprint. I mean, you have to go to 50 million vendors just to build your stuff anyway, right? So, like housing is not a trivial thing at all. You know, and I suspect that when blueprints become a thing, the most popular stuff is going to be things that you could just get from founders. Easy things. This is my prediction. The most popular blueprints are going to be the ones that are unfurnished, that are kind of unfurnished homes, or it's minimally furnished, and it leaves more for the player, you know, to place for themselves. You know, so it's so the big sell on blueprints is going to be like having a cool layout, you know, great shapes, stairwells that'll lead to this and that, and then so on and so forth. Copy paste. Blue in the second from the bottom. That's boom. I don't even have an undo button up here, do I? I don't. How do I add a button? Can I just say undo? Boop. That's got to be up there. Mass select at the very top. Yeah, mass select. I totally buy into that one. At the very bottomish row. I know the colors are like only so great, huh? Mass select. I'm gonna say no clip is up there, but I don't think it hurts us. You also don't have persistent armillary. Something about lighting, but I did say armillary options. When we get to that, then we'll bring it up there. More armillary options. I'm gonna put it up here for now. Oh yeah, I think that would be it. More line control. I'll leave those there. I'll delete one of them. The ability to fly around with in-house creation mode, has that been suggested? No clip. I'm pretty sure I labeled it as no clip. Which is also up there. Oh yeah, no clip. That's the one I just moved. Doofus. Did the pet name issue even make it to the lists? No, not yet. I mean, for all we know, it's going to happen, and it's just not working yet. But I'll put it in. Let's see. Name pets. Name waste pets. Boom. I guess the thing here is that like the urgency isn't quite there yet because it's coming and yeah. So I'm not quite sure how to put this in because it's coming. So I don't know where it belongs on the list. Can you name your pet? No. What's happening right now, Goose, is that the custom names that you have for your pets, they don't show up as those names on the PTR, but I don't know if that's just a bug or not. I have teleport pads. Teleport pads, I think they should be up there. And then, oh, you know what? When I meant teleport rooms, yeah, portals and teleports, I'm just gonna say portals to elsewhere. And I'll leave that there for now. I mean, is that important for folks? That we can port from our house to Draenor or somewhere? Visitor's log. Do I have that in there? Visitor's log. I'm going to put that pretty high up. You know, I think that's one of those things that help bring the whole social aspect. You know, you leave here a little bit of a mark, right? Like skinny doors because the current ones are way too thick. I know in my heart, I've just abandoned doors. I'm like, I hate doors. They're greatly useful. Okay, wait. Where's the reverse doors? That's got to be pretty high up. Where's reverse doors? I don't think I moved it up yet. But, well, here it is, reverse doors. I'm going to put that, like, up there. Unique entrances to your home. I don't think I have that in there, but I want to put it in here. I'll put it here as remove house. Remove. No exterior. I'll go with that. To me, that was really important. I remember I asked about that during the interview with Jesse Kalanchik, and we got into a brief conversation about, okay, what happens if you place it, you know, you have your house and or you have your lot and you have an entrance, but it's just like a door, but then the lot is just, it's like super hidden, and that would kind of like troll people, and that would make for a bad experience. I'm like, okay, I get it, but I want that anyway. Like, I think eventually we're gonna get to this point. But was it important to have at the very start of housing? I suppose not, because I think the way I look at the customizable housing that we get, you know, the racial housing and all that, to me that feels like kind of sort of a beginner mode, you know, for people who want to have like an easy way of having a place that is iconic and it has like a certain look and feel. We've been able to see folks use advanced mode and all the kitbash and everything to make all sorts of racial housing. And the no exterior, I would say that's very advanced housing. Let's see, I suggest save states and we can decide which functional items in the menu, like the armory. Glass tiles. Oh, row 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna put it. I'll put it here for now, and then, you know, people will campaign like, no, it's gotta be here. So let's keep going with what we have here. Yeah, let's try to finish stuff here, and then we'll campaign, and then people can campaign to like have stuff moved from one row to another. Stackable decor for sure. Yeah, I wonder what the technical reason is for that, because it would be from a logistics standpoint, that'd be really useful for players. So I'm gonna put it up there for now. Third row, I want to set my warband characters in places around my home when I logged into them. I am not a fan of this personally, but it feels like it's a really big request, and folks have at least expressed their displeasure about not being able to display their warband. Now, if anyone who's been on the PTR, if they've looked at pets and how they behave, to me that's just kind of like a visual representation of why we still don't have warband characters walking around, because they're not smart. They're so not smart. Last row water, and we did not have lights, and really this is all the core asks. Huh? Last row water? Oh, second last row. Okay, it's water. I will bring it up. It's definitely not at the bottom. Let's see. I think no house and just door outside would be an easy thing. Well, it's not a question of easy. I think Jordan, that it was a design decision in part of Blizzard. Like they, you know, this is the, you know, when they wanted to introduce us to folks, it's like, okay, this is the start of early access housing. Do we want them to start? Do we want people to start off with a blank, you know, a really blank canvas outside too? Would that feel welcoming to folks, as opposed to going with the customizable house stuff? Of course, it's a different burden that they gave themselves now, because it's like, okay, now we want like all 30 some odd races to be represented, and that's just going to take forever. I think about the water. Let's work on the bottom here before we start wanting to move things from one row to the next. Did I have a thing about searching stuff in advanced mode around here? I thought I added that somewhere. Or I guess I'll just look at stuff here too. And I'll be a bit arbitrary. Hunter Warlock pets, I'm gonna put up here. Guild halls. Does it hurt people? Does it hurt us? You know, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it will, and then we'll see what you guys think. More houses. I'm gonna put it here for now. I noticed that no one has talked about the restrictions. No one said a thing about it. Like, hey, I don't want one house in each neighborhood. I want one in everything, and so on and so forth. So maybe people gave up. Let's see. Search place decor. I thought I had it somewhere. Buy once infinite. I'm gonna put like down here. Actual housing management. I really, yeah, I want that up there. More neighborhoods. Guild Hall is already there. All right. Infinite budget. I think if we could have an infinite budget, we would already have infinite budget. Just saying. We'll put curved beams up there. Actually, no, we'll put it higher because that would be, those would sound pretty cool. Let's see. Remove invisible angles. Wait, what does that mean again? I forgot what that meant. Co-op building. It's not at the bottom. Doesn't deserve to be at the bottom. Toys that become decor. That's been a big ask. Numerical size and rotation. I'm seeing that as like a really important thing for like fine tuning and all that. So we can get like those really solid angles and everything. Change reverse doors to invert all decor. Did I place that already? Oh, what does actual housing management mean in the context? So as a housing manager, I can't just like move people or like kicking, bump an individual person off a lot without having to kick them from guild or something like that. All right. Mirror would be amazing. So where did I have the let's see, never decor, elevator. Well, elevators doesn't seem to be like that big of a deal. Accessibility issues. I would say the teleport pads would be like the bigger, would be the cooler thing. And from bottom is search place decor. That's, to me, that's really up there. All right, because that's, y'all know, you accidentally lose something and you're like, oh man, now you got to use the search thing to find it, and that's a big pain in the butt. Player power is probably going to stay down here. Target dummies probably stays down here. More stairwell rooms. I'm going to move it up. I'm going to start moving things up. Mounts, I'm going to put it up top. Diable walls. Sure. Remove walls, doubt it. I don't, yeah, well, actually, I'm gonna bump it up one. Refund decor, I think I might leave that down there for now. Group is all sunken with pieces of lost. Yo, sometimes my angle, I'll be like, all right, let me move this thing. Boom! And then all that goes to Narnia. I'm like, I messed up. I so messed up. We'll have a mini-map of just the room placement so I don't get lost in people's places. Oh, dude. I think that would be really good. A mini-map. Yeah, it doesn't have to like show all the shaping and everything, but just kind of a general orientation of like what the layout would look like. That would be kind of helpful. But it also would sort of take away the surprise and the exploration, right? But I'm going to put it up here anyway. Map. Yeah, I'll leave it up there for now. Let's see. UGC pictures, elevator player power, refund decor, reverse kit bash decor. Ladders, neighborhood level decor. I think that's kind of important. I think that's a big deal. More banners, custom exterior, custom exterior. What did I mean by custom exterior, actually? Trading post decor needs to be really high. Folks have been shouting it down, actually. I have a feeling it might not survive going higher. Customized walls are going to move up. Profession stations, controversial in my opinion, but we'll move that up a little bit. Mirroring pieces. Didn't I have that somewhere here? I thought I had like reverse something. Reverse. I know I have reverse doors, but I guess I should just say flip everything. I'll just say flip everything. Boop. Is this list for fun? No. Once this is done, I'm going to submit this to Blizzard, and then they're going to commit to all of it. No, it's just for fun. Yeah, it's all good. Now, with the trading post stuff, at least the way that I would present it, you would buy it from the trading post once, and then you would buy it with, and then it would basically unlock the purchase in the neighborhood, if that makes any sense. So you pay the tender once, and then you buy it with gold from the neighborhood. That's it. But Buzz will watch this. Maybe. You know what'll happen? I'd say best case scenario, Annie. She would be like they would be like, hey, I saw the thing on that, and I'm like, oh yeah, what'd you guys think? And then they'll just give me like smiley faces or some shit like that. I'd be like, cool, thanks. Like a permit to the basically, yeah. Now I know it'd be very controversial too, because it's like, okay, what if you're not there for it, right? Then you're screwed because you don't know when it's going to come back. At least with the holiday stuff that's coming, and this is my prediction, it feels as if, you know, when the holiday comes into town, the decor, you would just buy it for like whatever the currency is. You know, like for example, we're going to hit up Brewfest, and so you're going to pay whatever Brewfest token things that it is. And then when the holiday is over, you can still buy it, but maybe you'll buy it with like gold or something like that. But it's a lot of gold. So that way it kind of encourages people to be like, okay, well, maybe I'll buy it with gold, or maybe I'll just wait for the holiday to come back again. Because I showed this in some video where the holiday vendor, it's a vendor. They sell all sorts of stuff. It's a big assortment of things. And so that's a strong communication to me, at least, that the vendor isn't just going to go away. It's always going to be selling that stuff. It's just how much is it going to cost, and does the cost change when the holiday is active? And I think it'd be cool if it did have that sort of like, you know, always on but different kind of vibe. I think that would help. As a good leader, I'd love to see more than just the random endeavor options. I mean, I think we're gonna get more, and as the months and years go by, eventually we'll get everything. So I mean, so then new players can be like, okay, look at all these endeavor things that are here. Veterans like us, we're gonna be like, okay, we already have everything, but that's just kind of how that goes. Okay, anyway, back to the list, because we are still on stuff. More banners. I mean, it's not at the bottom, but I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think not having enough banners like hurts housing. Not having player power, I don't think that's hurt housing. The pictures, elevator. I want to say the elevator is kind of similar to just teleports, but elevator is more animated. Teleports are just boom, just kind of move your character to another spot. I don't know what neighborhood requirement is. I'm just going to delete it. I don't know what that is. So, screenshots. Actually, that's the same as UGC pictures, so that can go away. It's gotten to the point where we just choose the easiest endeavor because we have all the core thing, but endeavors is really disappointing. Yeah, they made it too easy. I even warned them. I was like, you know, if we can always get everything, and it's just a question of like hop into like whatever neighborhood, you know, we're going to, at least some of us, we're going to expire the whole point of endeavors like really fast. So, a doorbell? A doorbell. What would a doorbell do functionally? Yeah, what would that do? Not so easy, just too repetitive. Not the trading post because there's no way to farm the currency and it's already limited for all of the things collectors. I mean, that's the whole point of the trading post, though. So that, as mean as it sounds, it's like, well, that's kind of like the intent, right? I think the big minus for the trading post decor is the fact that you don't know when it's coming back. At least with holidays, you do, right? But trading post, no, you don't. That part kind of sucks. It would be different if, for whatever reason, it was always available. If you always saw decor, you know, the same decor selections on the trading post, which kind of ruins the whole point of it. But it lets you know when someone comes to your house and you're not there. So, oh, okay. But you also don't want to let them in? I guess for me, like my house is open. I think it's open. So basically you're looking for the guest book outside, right? Both inside and outside. Dun, dun. My house is okay. Cool. It's open. Sweet. I think things are spread out enough. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 things up here. I'm being arbitrary. I know that I'm saying only 10 things should be up here, but something's gotta go. What's gotta go? I just like being jump scared sometimes when I'm decorating. Well, that's what showcases are going to be eventually, where we'll be able to like be like, hey, here's my code. Go ahead and if you want to visit my house, cool, go visit my house. You'll go into an instance part of it, which is not where I'm at because I'm doing my editing and all that stuff. So that's going to happen. So some people are saying get rid of undo. Get rid of undo? I kind of want to get rid of guild halls because we've been fine without it. What is actual housing management? The ability for me to like either forcefully move people off a lot or relocate them to like a subdivision or something like that, without having to kick them. But then I would also want other things too, like no, I wouldn't want to change their privacy state. That should, yeah, I should not be able to change other people's states. So NPCs can wait. Sounds like an HOA. I'm feeling between NPCs and guild halls, one of those can go. One of those can go. Which one? Which one is not as... Now remember, the context here is what has hurt housing because it's not here yet. I kind of don't care about either. And we can try to move things up to the top tier if we want to as well. Think guild halls can be lower? So one person said NPCs can go down, one person says guild halls can go down. I kind of feel like guild halls can go down. Because guild halls, that's the audience for that is way more limited, right? NPC warband, that's for everyone who cares about displaying alts. Like, I don't play alts, but if I wanted to, what if I just wanted, like, 30 hot babes like running around my house, right? I should be able to do that, and I don't need anyone for that. So down it goes. Yes. Cool. Now, is there anything that you guys think should be bumped up, either to the very top or like to wherever? Because I kind of want to, let's see. Yeah, we have a good spread right now. Have you noticed on the PTR that the things that are being built in neighborhoods are changing and getting larger and being... Yeah, I've noticed that too. So I wonder, like, what's it going to be? Is it going to be like a guild hall? Is it going to be something functional? Is it going to be a profession station-like thing? Actual housing management has only applied to guild or private housing too. So that would be that'd be a private neighborhood thing too. Yeah, if you think that should go down, cool. And then we can put something else in its place. I'd like to remove walls. I'm in front of my house right now, trying to do what I want to do with it, but I don't know about others. Is co-op building like being able to help someone place things in their house? Yes. So co-op building would be, hey, Mouse, can you help me out? And then Mouse is like, that'll be 200,000 gold an hour. And I'll be like, swipe. and then there they go. Yeah, and then they would build on on my lot, probably with my parts, with my things, just like any old contractor. It's like, all right, you got to provide the parts and materials and stuff, and then I'll do the work, something like that. I want co-op building to be higher. Can you tell me where it is? That will be very helpful. About copy paste, will it be possible to copy only one piece of a room, or is it the whole room anyway? The way that it was talked about, we may be able to mass select like a kit bash thing and then copy it. Yeah. So co-op building, so that's closer to the bottom right now. What do you guys think? Should co-op building be a little bit higher? Because remember, I do remember when they were presenting housing, like they were showing off some footage where it looked as if there were multiple people building in the same place. So I think we'll promote it once. Yeah. They already said we're going to do that, didn't they? No. They've talked about it, but I don't think they've said. Yeah, I don't think that was part of the State of Azeroth stuff. It's community focused aspect of the game, so it should be allowed. Yeah, I think it should be allowed. I'm thinking of the technical aspect of it. Having someone else control your house and doing the placement and all that. There's a lot of different sort of back end work, things that we don't care about. But I'm sure like this is like a really tough thing. But also, like, I think of co-op building, but I also think of, well, blueprints are going to do that too, right? It's like, yo, Mouse, make me a thing, make me a new entrance. Okay, boom, here's the code, and then I download it. So it's the difference between like the end result is the same. The difference is whether I could watch them doing it live or not. And so is that important to me? To me, it's not. You know, I'm cool with just like browsing through the WoW housing database, finding a place that I like. All right, cool, let's do this. As opposed to, all right, let me look through this list of people. Okay, let me talk with them, set something up, so that way they can come over and like do their thing. So to me, that's why co-op building, it's not that big of a thing. But I'm only talking about that one function. What about spouse? You know, what if you two just want to like, hey guys, let's do things together as a family, yay! And that, because that's cool. That feels very neat to do. You know, from a you know, on a more personal social level, right? From a contractor level, that's where I would be like, oh, you know what, Blueprints will do it, man. Just way easy. NPC warband is pretty high up. Yep. Yeah. So at any time, folks, like just give me a. You know, I know I'm being silly here, so I'm just gonna say 1. I'm just gonna put these as numbers. If you want something to move up or down, just identify the row, what it is, and like just make your petition. Make your petition and see where things go. The only requirement that I have right now is that we only have 10 things up here. Top tier, tier 1, just 10 things, and we'll and then people can like fight for it and all that. Again, the criteria is things that we really should have had at the start of housing, and because we don't have it yet, it makes housing feel poop. So, and then at the bottom is just like, I could live without it. It's all right. It's all right. Hunter pets, hunter warlock pets is pretty high up there. It's pretty high up there. So we got that. Curve being remind me of an innuendo. Now personally, I couldn't care less about the NPC stuff. To me, it's weird, sort of, but oh well. More decor with a textured bottom. Choosing that one pearl major save of your choice would be handy, but not game breaking. I think the skybox option entrance exit should move up. Where is it? Skybox option. I don't know where it is. If you can point it out, that'd be helpful. I think let's move jukebox up and NPCs down. Musics. I do like the housing soundtrack. It's a very mellow track, but of course, variety is king, right? Orange tier 3 for more skybox options. Okay. So let's see. I mean, what will the options be again? I guess I have seen a lot of chatter about, hey, I want to toggle between the day and the night room. That'd be kind of cool. And then of course the floors as well. Like, yo, can I have it be tiled floor or something like that? Because a lot of folks will end up doing that. Dye everything needs to be top tier. Another exit and entrance for the skybox room. That would be cool. I'll bump it up for now. But maybe we should play like a kind of a sudden death thing, and maybe we should be like, okay, let's see. 10 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so how should I do this? Just to make it fun. Like we gotta like restrict things a little bit. I already said 10 up here. I don't know if I want to do 10 up here too. That feels cruel. Actually, I'll go with 15. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so let's go with 15 up here. 2 things must go. 2 things gotta get eliminated from tier 2. So what is not as big of a deal? What can we live without? And what have we been living without? That's like, okay, you know, I'd be cool with it. Bigger neighborhoods can go down, or more neighborhoods can go down. I think the map can go down. Yeah, I think I can live without the map. We've been able to survive without one. I think guild halls can. Personally, I think guild halls can go down too. Still, because guild halls, yeah, like as a guild person, you know, love it. But do I need it? I'm gonna bump it down. So we're down to 15, but we can keep going if you want to, you know, make room for something else. So what's also not as big of a deal? More and bigger neighborhoods. Let me give context on this. So, but when I mean more and bigger neighborhoods, there's obviously more. And then bigger neighborhoods, you know how like the maps over in Founders and Razorwind, they have a lot of like mountainous space, which I feel like can be used to like make carve outs for more, you know, to make the neighborhoods like bigger. That's kind of what I mean about making the neighborhoods bigger. If someone builds a maze, then a mini map of the layout would ruin their build. Oh, that would be true. Yeah. Yeah, that would suck. Armillary options come down. Honestly, I'm not impressed with it. I mean, that's the point, though, right? To give it, if it's not impressive, let's get more options for it to make it more impressive, right? Also, why is there no creepy area why are there no creepy areas in the Horde neighborhoods like the Alliance has? Two reasons. One, because they wanted to deliver on certain regional biomes like Duskwood, and Horde territories don't exactly have that. The closest thing would be like Fellwood, but that's not Horde territory necessarily. So they were going for uncontested areas to make up the neighborhoods for Founders and for Razorwind. The other reason is that the Horde are so awesome that there wouldn't be any scary areas because they would just like kill everything inside, and so everything would be peaceful and not scary anymore. Because they're so badass. That's why. Brill. Damn, you got me. Well, never mind. There goes all that ranting. Sheesh. It was so good for a minute. And then you made me totally forget about Silverpine Forest and Terracefall Glades and all that stuff. But I was slick for a second. Oh wait, hello, Silverpine is over in Eastern Kingdoms. That's right. Duh. All right, so we're back. I'm back to feeling cool again. Oh man. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we have 14 things here. We have 14 now. Can anything move down? And should anything move up? What's the difference between neighborhood profession stations and profession tables? Profession tables are in a house, so it's a personal thing. The station would be something that's shared with the whole neighborhood, so kind of a social thing. No exterior move up. Now, we have survived with no exterior. You know, it's been okay. You know, so I don't think it's as critical. I mean, people are talking about it more these days. But they didn't talk about it at the start. They talked about racial housing first and foremost. Can I combine the armillary options and lighting control? I think that's, well, do I have something about windows? Let me change this actually. I'm so changing rules. Window lighting. So I'm talking about, hey, can we like change the color of the tint or the color of the lights? Can we change the intensity? That sort of thing. Let's see. I'd love to see dwarven and troll houses come in the patch. Yeah. So hence that. What would I wanna move up? Maybe no exterior can move up, because the times have sort of changed. I think among housing players, things have kind of matured to a certain level that we can really start introducing the idea of no exterior, especially as the budgets go up. 350 ain't bad. 350 lets us do like quite a bit with like creating like this kind of like crazy landscape if we wanted to. It'll be pretty flat, I think, but I think we'd be able to pull something like that off. But what else is down here that I might want to consider moving up? At a glance, nothing. So I'm gonna promote it. More and bigger neighborhoods should be next to more decor to endeavors, or maybe they should be combined. Let's see what. Okay, this one right here, and should be next to more decor. More decor. Oh, more decor to endeavors. Okay. I don't know how you would combine them. Can I have these next to each other? Yeah, okay. So I can at least, okay, I can do that. That's useful. What about more plots that can connect like 40 and 50 feet? That'd be neat. That would be neat. It's a cool ask, but I don't think it's, I personally don't think it's a big deal, but I'll put it in here. More joint plots, and I'll start it off at the bottom. We'll see how things we'll see how that goes. So for Arnold, you mean being able to set different light ambience for different rooms rather than everything being the same? No, I'm just talking about more overall lighting options. So either darker, or if you wanted to like, oh, I want this thing to be super purpled out or super green, or you know, change the overall ambient color of the house. Like basically put in a big lens filter of sorts. So not just lighting levels, but also like the color in town. So it's kind of funny how we have like the natural light and things like that, and unnatural light, but then we also have midnight, which has this like total big shift. But what if we had something where we can adjust the intensity of the light as well as the color? That could be kind of neat. So that's kind of what I mean about the different armillary options. Imagine like two sides where on one side you have an intensity level, the other side you have a color filter, and you can adjust both separately. That can be neat. Well, so it's like you walk into the house and it's like it's like this odd bright, you know, orange haze, as if like it's a hot box. You're like, whoa. It's like a trip. Feel like to see what lighting is to have the armillary rooms. Okay, you know, here's something I'm gonna add in. I don't think people have talked about this very much. Triggers. And I'll start it off at the bottom. Triggers is, you know, those levers that we have and everything? I click it, and then it actually does something. That's what I mean by triggers. We've been able to survive without it, right? But I'm wondering how people feel about it now. You know, would people be happy with like light switches, basically? You know, like you walk into a room, you flip on the thing, and then all these lights turn on, or a light turns on, or something like that. It'd be neat. I don't think it's necessary, but I want to just kind of like throw it in there. Light switches, faucets, etc. Yeah, that'd be cool to have like interactable decor that fills like a bathtub or something like that. That'd be kind of neat. Now, of course, with triggers, that's going to be very dependent on the existing decor. So the armillary wouldn't be effective here. It's a very different thing that we're trying to touch on. So you know how the armillary is, it's like it does like the entire plot. Triggers will just adjust the lighting that you have present. I don't know how the hell that would work. That sounds like a crap ton of stuff on the background, because now we're doing like Minecraft kinds of stuff. yeah, there's a lot of things that are needed before that. You know, there needs to be like this whole layer of logic-based stuff that would happen. So that's why I'm leaving it down there for now. And you know, if it doesn't go anywhere, that's cool. How about turning off triggers? So like, no. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Turn off. How do I say it? Turn off interactive decor. Yeah. So the kit bash stuff, most importantly, like the piano keys, the fridge doors, and all that stuff. If we want to not click on them, I'm gonna move that up once, just once. I feel like disabling the interactiveness of a thing should be cool. So imagine like, yo, dude, I want to have, I'm cheap, buddy. I want to have shelves that are filled with books. The only thing that offers that is the secret shelf. Let me turn off the secret shelf so I can have that thing. So I think that would be great to have. So, or always on settings. Oh, that'd be interesting too. So like a door that starts off as open. That'd be kind of neat. So we'll leave that there for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we got 15 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it's good so far. Is there anything that we want to adjust here on rows 1 and 2? So we have 10 items here at the very top. We have 15 here. Should anything move up or down? Is there anything down here on the bottom 3 rows that should be like adjusted, you know, as like a priority? Like, yeah, we got to have this, or it's we can live without it. So far, it looks like it's pretty hard to break into number 1. Unless someone can make a convincing case for chat. Just coming in, but I would just love to have things to do in my neighborhood other than the endeavors, so it's so boring in my neighborhood. I want more door and window options for people who don't want to build one. Like build a door. It kind of sucks because there's only like so many doors, but I would love to have like tons more doors. It's kind of funny how they've been very limited on that, but I have a feeling that we're going to see more doors, and you know, certain kinds of decor we haven't seen more of. But I think we're gonna see more of like certain things as more races are introduced. So at some point, if we get something, so who's kind of covered right now? The doors that we have right now. They cover elves, they cover humans, they cover I'm gonna go with like some of the leather curtains and stuff. I believe those kind of count. So that covers some tribal stuff. So that kind of covers Tauren and trolls. Not Zandalari trolls, but they don't use doors anyway. And remember, some races don't use doors either. So dye everything should move up. I'm tired of dealing with rug edges. So dye everything. But what should it replace? So there's the thing. You gotta ask. Okay, I wanna move this up, and I want to replace something else. I'd like more exit doors. The existing door looks are fine, but they're so chunky. Oh yeah, dude, they're like vault doors, man. like you close it, and if you happen to stand in the way, you're dead. Just imagine like these huge, 1,000-pound doors, and they're like swinging all willy-nilly. It's like, dude, what about children and pets? What if they get stuck between those? Like, that's it, dude. How does more housing differ from more racial housing? Where does it say more housing? Did I say something plain like that somewhere? Triangle as the core, more racial housing, copy based onto mass select, MC warband. Swap, dye everything, and the jukebox. What do you guys think? Being able to swap the jukebox and being able to dye everything. And by dyeing everything, I'm talking about I guess this is too non-specific. Should I say dye walls? I'll say that. I think that's a bit more specific. Dye everything stays. Jukebox should go. Opening options not right in the middle of the room, can be off to the side without creating walls. The jukebox can go. There's an add-on for that. Yeah, customize walls in tier 4. Okay, let me change this back because I'm gonna start confusing myself. Yeah, so I should do something about those options. Okay, so I will demote jukebox. We'll bring that thing down. And what is it that we wanted to bring up? I want to be able to dye everything more. I guess I need to clarify for myself, like, what did we say about dyeing everything? Because we can't dye literally everything. We're not gonna, I don't think it's feasible to be like, oh, we need to dye, like, the Dark Heart, or we need to dye stuff from, crafted vanilla stuff. I think that's going a step far. So dyeable placeable walls should move up. I'd rather have a jukebox than dye everything. Got a debate going on. So what do you guys think? Or we can move other stuff too. Okay, I gotta stop. I'm like screwed myself up. Stop playing with the chapstick, buddy. I feel like we're kind of at an impasse here. I think dye everything should be just about the stuff purchased in neighborhoods. Let's not go too nuts. Okay. Dye all. Let's go with that. I want to make it nice and clear, and then for the moment I will put it here and then see how people react. Now saying everything, that's like, okay, we need all decor to change, and I don't think that's a reasonable ask. Yeah, sorry. let's not go too crazy, okay? Dyeing the base walls would be nice, like being able to change the metal or wood colors. So if anything, this can go, because the walls count as all neighborhood decor dyeable. So bye. We need some flat double elements to reduce the need for rug spam. We need to be able to see, we need to be able to see all layouts of a house at a glance. I thought well, you mean like when we're not in edit mode? Mini map for the house layout. I guess that, you know, that would help in edit mode for sure. But I will add it. I'll start it at the bottom, and then we'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna specify minimap in edit mode. Items to skin walls and ceilings. I think Diane the neighborhood decor qualifies because I think we're able to effectively cover the walls because walls are bought from the neighborhood. So, yay! I mean that's kind of a big change too, but everything is just way too much. That's like saying, oh, we just need to be able to dye armor. That's it. It's easy. And I don't think it'll work like that. There are new pieces coming for dyeing walls. Like actual walls? Or are you talking about the tiles? Because the tiles are different. Tiles are... They're like little baby things. Armor dye, yeah. Easy solutions, guys. Dude, all we got to do is just copy paste into Unreal Engine 6. It just came out. Come on, please. Just do it. The tiles are super small, though. You know, I haven't looked at it on the PTR yet. I don't know if they've updated it or if they changed how those placements work. They are very cool. I'm a big fan of the tiles. But they're not walls, and you know, like the way that the Orgrimmar and Stormwind and whatever walls, like those are way different. I don't see the point of being able to select different colors to the outside of the Blood Elf house if we can't also do that to the walls inside. I agree. You know, but that's more of a customized mode thing than a dye thing. I know I'm making these weird distinctions and all that, but I do buy into, like, yo, there's like the blue tint, and you know, we have all these different colors on the exteriors, why not the interiors too? So that I totally get. But I think I draw these really hard distinctions between dyes and customized mode. Because you know how even like on the outside, there's only so many options that you have. You don't have the whole color wheel sort of thing that you have with the purchasable dyes. So I know I'm being kind of dorky with that, but that's kind of what makes sense in my head. If we can dye walls, that eliminates the 500 rugs in the house. A container for dyes, it takes up way much space. That would be... Well, that's going to change too. Because now we're just going to have 9. I believe, right? That's what's going to happen in the upcoming patch. We're going from 80 something to like 9, and like that's it. So that'll be a lot more manageable in many ways. so that's going to be great. So I don't think we need the container yet. And most folks, they probably don't need, you know, that many stacks of 9 dyes. So good news, right? Do we... And here's your chance to campaign for any other movements. So the top 10 have not been touched. This almost feels like a log. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so and then here hasn't been any changes. Are they taking away colors? No. So what's going to happen, Nemia, is there's only going to be 9 dyes. So it's going to be like, okay, blue, red, yellow, you know, that sort of thing. And what's going to happen is when you go into customize mode, instead of asking for like a very specific ink, like, okay, I want like this yellow and this yellow, I want yellow 1, yellow 2, yellow 3. And to achieve yellows 1, 2, or 3, you just ask for that yellow dye. That's it. So they're just cleaning up they're cleaning up the extra step there. And there are more colors coming. So thank goodness that they did that. Because yeah, it's pretty unmanageable otherwise. It's like, it's a big pain in the butt when you're like, okay, cool, I wanted like this color, and so you get a bunch of them, and then you're like, you know what, actually this color sucks. I should have just got like the different tone. Then you got to go back out, and you got to get like another, and then you got to get another color. That's like a little different, and hopefully that'll work the way you want it to. So, and then some of the colors that were kind of like bugged out in the 1205, those are going to come back as well as additional colors. So that's where some of that's coming from. But there's also like brand new stuff coming too. So dyes are being cleaned up. Old colors that were bugged out are coming back, and new colors are being added. So, given that our houses are still owned by one specific character by name, do you think they'll eventually open it up to so each team we have can buy a house? Eventually is a that word I think is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Eventually, yeah, I'd say why not. I think we're pretty far from that though, mostly because of storage. Like there's only so many items that we can have between two houses, one on the Horde side, one on the Alliance side, and then you have your two exteriors that you can decorate too. That takes up a lot of space. Even if you happen to max out the budgets in both those houses, both interior and exterior, how much do you have left? Not a lot. And so they're probably going to be really careful about increasing the number of houses we can have. Blueprints are going to do a lot of damage as well, if you think about it. If we think about, oh man, I can have all these different builds, I can only have one active at a time or two active at a time, but now I can have all these different things. The problem is you need to have, if you want to try and switch between the cores or switch between blueprints that are very different from each other, you're going to have problems with storage. You need to be able to manage all that so that way you can swap between two very different builds without running into issues of like not having the core you need because you need it to make space. So that would suck. That wouldn't make for a good experience. And that's why that's one of the few fears that I have about blueprints too, is that now people can be like, oh, I can work on this one, and I'm going to start working on this one. Oh, and I'm going to start working on this one, and then they're going to run into all numerous issues, such as acquiring all this decor, because now they can quote concurrently work on like 4 or 5 houses at once, and then it's going to get filled up more and more, and then they're going to have to start like figuring out management. But it's like, oh man, like this house has like a full thing, but then these other places, like there's like so small, and I don't like. So it's going to introduce some new conversations, some new challenges for players. I'll be curious to see like how loud that feedback gets. But wanting more storage, that's going to be like a ever present. I mean, you're not going to see it here on this list because that's tier 0. We're going to get that eventually, and we're always going to want more. So, better method for calculating storage is definitely needed. I'm sure they'll increase the cap, but having a per item cap like that is always going to create this problem. I mean, and it's mostly because there's only so much data that they can handle at once. So it's one thing to have, hey, we can have up to 50 blueprints per BattleNet account, basically. That's a lot of information that's going to be stored server side, which is kind of neat. Now, as for how much data can be accessed concurrently, as in, can I have multiple houses? Can I have more than 2 houses up at once? For them, that's like a big no. You can't really do that. So, Better method for calculating storage is okay. Ideally, it would be a cap on the number of unique items. Oh, people were pissed on that. So I think that would have solved it. Like, hey, I want to have 50 Onyxia heads. Sorry, you can only have like 1 or 5 or something like that. So that would solve some issues, but people were really pissed when it was first talked about it like that. The key that has per item will never be solved, right? It's only so much data, but database design would be unique item ID, and then well, there's database design, and then there's like accessing. There's accessing and reaccessing that data again. So. Someone was saying the data storage is by item ID. I remember I got into a conversation with one of the devs about that, and it sailed over my head. But I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense. But no, I get the high level of what you mean though. It's like, why bother adding a value? Just, don't add adjust the values in such a way that it doesn't affect things on their end, but we can just place unlimited stuff, kind of sort of. Where are we on the listings? It looks like we're pretty good because no one's really campaigning for movements here. Yeah. I'm only really like caring most about like the top 2. The rest are just kind of like a let's see where things go there. Some things they just haven't really like taken off to like try to move up anywhere. So this might be it. So this is what's gonna happen, guys. I'm gonna send this off to Blizzard, and this is literally what's gonna happen. No, I'm just kidding. Alexa's just moving up the jukebox. Okay, so right now it's in tier 3. So if we're gonna move up jukebox, what goes down? Because tiers 1 and 2 are full. So if you want to move something up, something's got to get dragged down. Never mind. Check out the management stuff. Okay. What should take its place? What should take its place? Because we've survived without it, without much to it, and I've been kind of vague about what it means anyway. So what should be at the top? A jukebox should be at the top. What do you guys think? Should the jukebox be moved from tier 3 to tier 1? Because I'm sure some people will be like, yo, but what about the things that are here, guys? These need to like go up too. See, that's what I see. No, jukebox is a luxury. All right, so what should move from tier 2 to tier 1 then? Because I feel pretty amenable to moving down housing management, because it's limited to private neighborhoods. Not everyone deals with that. So, and even for like my guild, and we're not too big on housing as a whole. It's not a big deal. So what should go there anyway? I thought this was supposed to be for what people wanted and not needed. The context is things that really should have been in at the start. Now, of course, things have kind of evolved too. More windows, move that up. Can't we add diable walls and ceilings? It would help so much. I thought we have, okay, I had diable walls. And then more ceiling options. That's kind of a, I'm sure we'll get more of that. Management can be handled by negotiable players, maybe? Sure. So we'll move housing management down to tier 3. But what should go up instead? More Endeavor decor up? What do you guys think? What should be promoted? More decor to existing endeavors? No. When we store a blueprint, does all of its decor become available for the next build? No. When you it'll just pull whatever decor that you have. It doesn't reserve decor. Oh, that'd be crazy. Because then I would make a blueprint that's just nothing but filigree lights. It'd be a weird way of like storing a bunch of stuff. That'd be hella funny if we could do that. I would love in the tier list more craftable profession decor from Classic 2 to Dub Dub. Let me start it here at the bottom. More. And then we'll see if it makes its way up at all. Copy, paste, undo is really one thing operationally. Maybe? Maybe? Do we have higher storage limits? No, I checked. It's still at 7,500. Kind of just an easier connection between divisions. Guild subdivisions don't really feel like they're connected in any way. Lower priority might be a nice feature for guild halls. Can we add diable walls and ceilings? I mean, you know, all right. Diable walls. Two rooms, basically. All right. So by applying dyes to rooms, what we're talking about is, basically, you know, in customized mode, you can change the floors, ceilings, whatever, to a flat color. That is what's being suggested here. So like, was this something that should have been there from like the very start? So we'll move it up. We'll move it up to 3. Yeah, so basically add the color options to customize mode. A lot of these design suggestions can also be accomplished already through the use of carpets and items. I know, but I think people want to be able to save that budget for something else. You know, imagine the folks that are, you know, using those flat colors to do a thing and all that. I mean, that's kind of like saying, can we just reduce decor costs of rugs? I think that would be kind of effective too. But people are looking for different ways to go around it. Why are there no building blocks of stone and metal? I have a feeling that's going to change as soon as we get more races introduced. Once we get races, once we get more races introduced, that's what's going to increase the variety of neighborhood decor. That's kind of the vibe that we're getting, right? Do we have a suggestion on changing plot terrain? Oh, like outdoor? No, I don't. Let me add that. Change outdoor default floor. Sure. All right. So did I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Okay, so there's an open spot for top tier. There is an open spot. What can go up there? Oh, Wild Hunters, thank you so much. Big 5, it says. Appreciate it. I'm not sure if I thanked Savitar either. If I did not, I'm a monster. Thank you very much. The default terrain option should move up to tier 1. Now, how would that work? Like because you have the whole rectangular plot, right? So should that just all change into like something else entirely? Because that would be very something. I'm not quite sure what to think of that. Visitor log up, maybe just add a pond or something. Like it would feel like from a, if I'm at a bird's eye view and then I see this big old square, this big old rectangular like orange thing, I'm like, oh, that's something. I'm gonna add something to the bottom here too. Shaped. I don't know how to describe this. Real dirt, comma, hills. One of the, I would say one of the most impactful shop decor that's out there right now is the stable. There's like this stable that's on the shop right now that has like this whole green kind of texture on it, and people have been using that as hills, and I'm like, oh, I'm jealous, because you have like that cool textured effect, and I think that's really neat. I think that's really neat. And I think there needs to be more neighborhood level stuff that adds something like that. So that way we can do, basically terrain edits of sorts. And there'll just be piles of dirt, kind of like what people do with rocks, a little bit of shaping and all that. To me, that'd be cool. So someone said visitor log should go up. What's the biggest thing that should have been here yesterday? Out of tier 2. Just window lighting, toys with one decor, stackable with decor, teleport pass, flip decor. I think... actually, I think I'm a big fan of adjust window lighting. Yeah. I mean, the variety and shape of windows, like, that's cool, but I think the adjustments are more important on a per thing basis. I wonder how that would work technically, though, because you know how things reset after, when you leave. So it would almost have to be on the levels of like dies, pretty much. So you need to do something to, have like these permanent changes. I mean, hey, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. But I kind of want to move that one out. Yeah. Yeah, like I was pointing out the other day or the other week, there's like virtually no white light sources except for the Torghast portal. So if you want to throw down 10,000 Stygia and you want to achieve white light, cool, there it is. But oh man, that's rough. Also, why are not all the windows see-through? Right. I'm gonna go with window lighting. Boop. Which means there's a space down in tier 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we have room on the second tier. What should go in the second tier? This stream took way longer than I thought. I mean, this is housing requests. There's no end to this, right? Glass tiles. What did we mean by glass tiles again? Basically, like, we wanted to have the illusion of windows, right? We didn't want, like, we're not trying to ask for like invisible stuff, because I don't think that was what we were talking about. Basically, we're looking for, with glass tiles, I'm looking for an alternative to the jewel crafting table, basically. So something that is like semi-translucent, something along the lines of, for example, the jewel crafting table, or another example would be the popular one. Come on, buddy. The greenhouse. You know, different kind of texture there. I'm not saying either or. I'm just talking about, you know, examples of what a glass tile would be. But I don't think invisible would be great, because just if you just wanted something invisible, just make it just don't have anything. So we're doing it. Boop. Be great for stained glass. I mean, be cool. Yeah. You know, think of them as like the opals, but something that's actually usable. Or more usable. Let's go with that. Yeah. But as for like the having an alternative like privacy screen to like make invisible walls and stuff like that, you know, it's a bug that a Blizzard is letting happen, but I don't think they want to make it like a normal thing. Are stairs on the list? I see ladders and elevators, but no stairs. There are pre-built stairs that are coming in the 12.1. They're fairly basic, but you have two styles. You have one that just kind of goes in one direction, and then the other that has a really tight spiral. The cool thing is that they're dyeable as well, but they do have a wooden texture to it. So you're not going to, so it's going to have like that sort of styling on it. But it's coming. It's there. Could be fun. A lot of fascinating shit with aquariums too. So, wish they were marble. Yeah, if you dye them white, they don't look all that marble. It just looks like a white petrified wood sort of thing. So, yeah, not exactly that. Escalators. Dude, escalators would be sick. That would be hella cool. I think we've been fine without it, you know, but I would like escalators. I think one of the builds yesterday had, not yesterday, but from Wednesday was included an airport. And you were going up the airport's escalators. And then there was also the horizontal escalators for folks with the luggage and all that, but they got to get to the other side fast. And so you had that as well. That was neat. What does no exterior mean? No house. No house in the exteriors. You can just kind of do whatever you want. Just have a door. Or like a teleport pad, and you click on it and then you enter the house. So, and then otherwise you do what you want. So if you want to have like a big mountain and then a door on top, that's cool. If you want to have a cliff and at the bottom is the door, that's cool too, or something like that. So you want functioning ones. So conveyor belts, basically. I mean, that is cool. That would be cool. Yeah. I think we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so I think we are we might be on a lock now. This might be it. At least so far. I don't know if we're I think people don't really care as much about the stuff that's towards the bottom here, because they're like, no, whatever. But then I think it's the top two that are like the bigger ones. Yeah. Height adjustable ceilings. Well, we kind of have that already, right? We could just use platforms and then boom, we have our ceilings. And like that's kind of it. Or are you looking for like a more systematic way of like adjustments and all that? That could be a thing. Like if we wanted to have like you know how we have the vaulted room? It's like boom, and then you have like this much space. So what about like the unvaulted room, and we're just like boom, and then you'll lose a couple feet there. That could be it too. Is there a snap lock options for like rugs, windows, and repeated stuff? It depends on the item. So that's a very decor specific thing. So like some rugs or whatnot, they snap a little bit better than others. And the upcoming tiles that are coming out. Actually, let me hop onto the Peter, because I think we're I think we're kind of wrapping up the tier list pretty soon. Yeah, let me see if there has been like any traction on. I gotta update my client though. If you had a no exterior options, you just find a hatch on the ground on one of my plots. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. That would be hella fun. You know, the fact that we're getting basements, that's going to introduce a lot of cool possibilities that aren't, you know, automatically just trolling. Like, ah, it's like, all right, guys. So as soon as we go in, boom. How many times am I going to die to that? I imagine more than once. More than once. So funny. I'll have like a counter for like number of deaths in a day, something like that. I admit that it would start to irk me after a while if I keep going through doors and whatnot, and then I keep falling through stuff and dying. I mean, I don't care about the repair costs or anything. It would be very irritating. But it might happen. But it might happen. Oh, dude. I want to use the Tabard tool to make banners so bad. That'll be really cool, like, if when guild halls become a thing. And then we'll be able to, like, make the core that's based on our banners. And then it'd be really cool, too, if, you know, at some point, if we needed to customize the banner, then all the banners change. You know, I would appreciate that. Oh, that's right. Since I transferred my thing, all my stuff transferred too. So, yeah, go me. Okay, I don't know what happened there. What happened to that doorway, dude? Hold on. What happened? What happened, door? Yeah. Wide? Standard. Well, that's different. Because that's fine. And that's not as fine. Huh. But yeah, I guess it's the radiation from that portal that just like did all sorts of bad stuff. So, I mean, up here still looks fine, right? Yeah, still good. Still, whatever. Anyway. It straight up damaged the doorway. That's hella funny. Anyway, so I wanted to look at tiles, just to do a quick. Oh no, it got undyed. Tiles, which I need to buy now because of the character transfer thing. I'll buy some tiles, just do a quick check. But I should wrap this part up. So I think as it is right now, this is the list of things that's really, really, you know, we want to have and really should have had before. So at the top of it is transmog as the core. No one has questioned that. Thank goodness. People want more racial housing. They want more tools like being able to copy paste, undo stuff, mass select and move things. Folks want NPCs, their warband, to show up. Whether it is their actual warband or if they want to like dress up a whole bunch of like hot gnomes and you know, have them walk around doing stuff. People want to be able to search place decor in advanced mode. It's very hard to do right now. People want to be able to fine-tune the sizing and rotation of things by like single increments. I think some add-ons can do that right now. Folks want mounts and in the house and the lots, and they want adjustable window lighting. So we want to be able to like change the colors of you know, different windows, and also change the intensity, the brightness, the lumens, whatever that are coming out of it. On the second tier, and that's kind of what matters most. Folks want to be able to have more decor added to existing endeavors. You know, so hey, if I want, if the Kappa people have a coffee cup that's filled up and smoking, I want an empty one. You know, they can just add something like that. That doesn't seem like such a big deal to add, either in like one of the minor patches or something. You know, just something that makes the individual endeavors grow. Because for veteran housing folks, you know, some of these endeavors may feel stagnant or feel very routine. Of course, there's the ever-present call of having more neighborhoods, bigger neighborhoods as well. Whether it's you know, just having like new places to settle in, or if we want to expand on the existing places in Razorwind and Founders, like blast open a mountain, and then all of a sudden you have like this big underground area. Like, that would be cool. Having straight up more windows would be very useful. You know, just more variety is king. You know, not so different from being able to adjust stuff, but just having more windows would be great. Hunter Warlock pets, Blizzard has already talked about how that is difficult to do, but that doesn't change anything. We still want that. Visitor log would really help with the social aspect of the game. Someone here, they had recommended both a visitor log inside as well as outside, in case people like want to visit, but they're not allowed in, but they at least want to kind of like let people know that they were there for a second. More armillary options, so additional options for the armillary, such as, hey, I want to change both the brightness and perhaps like the color tone in the house. We want toys to become decor. A lot of cool things that we've been able to see, or maybe even able to, like, let's say we have like the engineering weather machine, and then that will unlock some sort of option that'll let us change the kind of immediate weather effect in the vicinity of our plot, something like that. Stackable decor sounds like a kind of technical issue, but that would really help for folks who have been maybe amassing decor from doing a bunch of dungeons and raids and whatnot. They get it, you know, they get this decor, but they don't want to use it because they don't want it to hit their storage limits. So being able to stack that stuff and then otherwise store it elsewhere, that would be very helpful. Teleport pads would allow for a ton of versatility with how we do our builds. It'll let us teleport to like entirely different areas, or like the middle of a room. So it would change the way entrances and exits will look. In fact, if we think about like skybox rooms and how people really would like to have the option of you know, being able to go from one end of the skybox room to the other as if we're walking through an outdoor area, what if, you know, it's kind of a janky way to do it. What if we went from one end to the other, and at the other end is a teleport pad or trigger or something like that that let us, you know, teleport somewhere else in the house? So while layout wise it would feel kind of disjointed, from a flow, you know, someone who's walking through the house, it would make a whole lot of sense, and it would just make the house feel like that much bigger. So that'd be very cool. I know I talked about that one a lot. So flipping decor is being able to like reverse the orientation of decor. So for example, those darn doors, that's you know, if we want to have like double doors, being able to flip that will help out a whole ton. And of course, flipping decor will help out when doing certain layouts where you want, okay, I want the bathtub to face this way instead of that way, but I want like all of the little fixins from it to also face in that other direction as well. By curved beams, I think folks were kind of talking about, you know, just like arches or whatnot that you can have as housing supports, things like that. That would be a big plus. More skybox options. A lot of folks these days have mentioned wanting to be able to just use the like customize mode to change the entire dome shape of the house from day to night, or perhaps a different time of day. And even being able to customize the flooring, that would be extremely helpful too. No exterior is something that has been talked about quite a bit. By no exterior housing, I'm talking about let's just not have a house at all. So if I want to have like a little mountain or something like that, and then a door as if we're going into a mine shaft, cool. And I no longer have to like skin an entire house and make it look like this weird giant cave. Now maybe I can just have like, okay, here's like the little door, and you have a little bit of a cave, but now you can use the rest of the budget that you now saved up on to create like this really sprawling environment around that door. That'd be very cool. But just one example. Making all neighborhood decor dyeable is a big task, but it's also a big ask. Like, what if I want to make the ropes look a little bit different? Or what if I want the water in the tub to be a little different? So more options there, of course, would be helpful. And then finally, glass tiles. I'll go ahead and leave the rest of this on screen. But glass tiles, another big deal. So if people wanted to create the illusion of an aquarium of some sort, this would be something that's possible. Or if they wanted to have like this kind of like semi-translucent glass floor, you know, like, hey, check out this like overhead walkway or something like that. We can see everything below, like lava or what have you. But we do have enough of that reflective surface to kind of tell us, okay, we're not just walking on invisible stuff. We have this whole feel of walking over glass. Now, of course, there's the list of things that people want to have in housing there's no end to it. And there's only so many things that we're able to bring in for these bottom tiers. I'm just going to leave these things up on screen. And, you know, we've been talking about these during this whole video or during this whole recording. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think should be added or removed or whatnot from this list here? Chime in the comment below, like the video, subscribe for more stuff. And I'll see you guys for the next thing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy. Yay, we did it. So what was I gonna do out here again? I totally forgot. I was gonna test tiles. Testing tiles, baby. Thank you guys. I know that sometimes we'll trade barbs or we'll like debate on stuff and all that, but all this is for fun. Things that are being said here among us, it's just going to be one more data point when it comes to like their feedback. And at least from experience, the things that we talk about and mention, like, they don't really manifest into anything for like years and years and years. Okay, here's a bit of feedback. I don't like that this dude moves. It's just like the person selling the greens. How dare you move on me? You will look at me when I'm trying to buy stuff. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna buy like a handful of stuff, and that should be good. All right. Oh, I'm not familiar with this thing at all. Where was this from? Oh. This is called the Bound Blizzard. Oh. It has the most interesting feet. Yeah, I don't remember this thing at all. Shoot. That's kind of neat. Oh, was it a BlizzCon mount? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm highly amused by the feats. Okay. Anyway, we'll check this out, and then I'll probably cut out a little bit. I'll do the mount special. Okay, I'll do that real quick. I'll entertain myself that one little bit. So, I hope I remember what the thing is called. It does something? Okay, I want to see the something. Something bound blues or okay, here we go. Promotion. Oh, okay. All right, what do? You haha, nice. Excellent. That's a long animation, dude. Oh my god, does it even stop? It just keeps going. Oh no, dude, that's a long animation. That's all funny. All right. That's highly amusing, dude. Let's go. All right. This place is good enough. Do I have any dark iron? I don't. I just tusk. I don't. Oh Christ, dude. Okay. Oh, okay. I think because of the PTR stuff, like inventory gets really weird. So I guess never mind. I'll just play with the tiles in here. So, moment of truth, baby. Wall tile. So wall tiles are. Wait. Okay, wall tiles are not fine. Shit. Did they make them worse? No. Oh no. Oh, dude. Okay, wait. Oh no, that's a small one. It's the large ones that are fine. Right. What is it? Large. Okay. Okay. I thought I bought enough. I only have one. Christ, dude. Okay, so if it's placed like this. I have to buy more. Yeah, I gotta buy more of them. Sheesh. I guess I was looking at for spam clicking a little bit too hard. All right, maybe I'll message the void, aka the devs, directly and be like, "Is this intended? Because that's poop, man." But yeah, let's play with these a little bit more. Okay, so I did have stuff in my inventory. I was spam clicking too hard. Ha 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 ha. All right. So now I should have a little bit of everything, right? 10, 7, blah, blah, blah. Small stuff. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, baby. Moment of truth, round 2. Why the corners are rounded? No, they're pretty sharp still. It's the not dithering. No, they are not that rounded. Okay, so large wall. Oh God, no! What have they done? No! Wait. Okay, so, oh. So how? Oh no. Okay, so how does it look when it's together though? Does it still look good when it's flush like this? Okay, it's. Is there flickering? I guess that's the real question, right? If there's flickering, then we got like a pretty big problem. So I guess I'll like bring these together. So you can see how there's like some slight overlap there. But is that intended? I want to say it's not. Because it... Ugh. Alright. Alright, so at a glance... There's no flickering, so this actually might work out. Yeah, I think we might be fine. Like, I don't see anything, right? I think we're okay. So, this might be fixed. Okay. I ain't mad. I was scared though, dude. I was like, wait, why? Yeah, they might have been cut a little bit differently, so that way they do in fact line up. That they do line up well, despite them having that slight overlap. So it's like an intended clip, which is brave, because it looks wrong. It's just not. Okay, let me try the small ones. Small wall tile. So you can see here how they're like separated like this. And it's like, wait a minute. But now let's make them kiss. Oh, not like that. I guess like this and like this. So now, oh no, that's all bad. Yeah, I can see some stuff like happening there and there. You can sort of see. Oh yeah, this is. Ugh. So that doesn't work out so great. So that's the kind of distortion that you don't want to have. But then back here, back to this wall, you do not see that effect. Actually, wait, do I? Oh no, never mind. I do see it. Oh, it's really slight. It's because of the lighting right now. Do I have any lighting on me that I can use? This will do. All right, so now we can get a bit better of an idea. So yeah, so I was wrong. It is poop. Liz. Nah, we can see the flickering as it is right now. That sucks. It's like way worse on the small ones. But like last week, it was fine. Dang it. See, so here's kind of the other thing. When I move, if I'm moving my character, nothing happens, right? But it's when I move the camera that you get that flickering effect. But not like this. Okay, you get it's reduced by like a lot, but it would just be a lot better if it would just like, if they just had like a perfect kiss. You can see there like how that just keeps flickering. Okay, let's try the floor tiles real quick, because we ain't done. Alright, so floor tiles. Ugh. Here too. So yeah, you have that very slight overlap. So this did in fact change. It's just, ugh. And you can see how that flicker happens. You know, so a lot of folks, you know, they're going to be like panning around. They want to look at stuff, and then they're going to see a flickering like that happening. Then sad. What if I advance? I mean, if I advance them into place, that's fine, right? But the thing was, last week I didn't have to do that. Last week it just worked fine, and it was the small tiles that were having a problem. This week they kind of messed with the large tiles. So yeah, I would need to use advanced mode to like get in just right. Yeah. And now I can avoid all the stuff, which is great. So with advanced mode, I can, you know, get away with it. You know, I can get away from it, but I don't want to do that. I just want it to snap. Oop. There we go. So in conclusion, you know, wow. Something, fix the game for me, Blizz. Oh no, it still needs a little bit more. There we go. So that's what it takes. And I don't want to do that. I just wanted to boop, snap. Flickering is hard to avoid. It's really hard to avoid. The things that I know that I get annoyed by, one is like the flickering of like clipping and stuff, which is, you know, again, really hard. The other thing that's really hard too, that I see people struggle with, and it's fine. Like, I think it's more of a Blizzard thing than anything else, is when, you know how you have those lights that have the glows on them? And I don't know if I have any. Actually, I'm in the project house, so I should be able to at least, I think I should have something here. Yoo-hoo. Hello. Oh, yeah, it should not this one. It's should be this way. And then through here. So like these lights. When you have, let me select one of them at least, if I can find any to select. If I had a search option, that'd be great. So something. You know, when these have to, when they're not like right, you have like that kind of thing where the light's not bouncing right, and it has that bleh kind of look to it. That sucks. Not much we can do about that though. That's a lot tougher to deal with. So best we can do is just position it the way that we can, and like that's it. But then of course you have something like this too, which again you can't really do anything about. That's just how the graphics engine here works. So yeah, it's worse on Windows. It's very yeah, because those are much harder to control. They're bright as hell, man. But yeah, sad song on the tiles though. They got nerfed again. So I'll put down these four, and it's like pretty much consistent with how the floor tiles, how the wall tiles are. So you have like that kind of effect. Look at that. Hey guys, look, the floor is animated. Isn't that great? More animations. It really brings the house to life. Has this cool pop, as in a glitch in the Matrix. Oh well. They're very pretty though, man. They are really pretty. You know, I will like working with these in the future. I just really hope that they get the placement down. They still got time. So I'm really hoping they get that stuff fixed. For now though, I think it's time for me to head out. I got a lot of like side things to do, as well as hopefully get this thing out for a video tomorrow morning, just as a fun little thing for folks to digest over the weekend, and you know, talk a little bit about housing. So next week we're gonna have a full round of visits. I'll need to start going through and vetting them and making sure they're cool. There was an extra person, or there was one person who signed up both their houses, and so I freed up space, and I think someone already filled it out. So this time I'm really hitting my weekend, and I will be back Tuesday probably for streaming, but expect like usual video stuff as always. For now, off I go. You folks have a fantastic weekend, or a great rest of your day. May your loots be merry, and I'll see y'all for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always,